Hi, Lucha Leaders. We are in the month of March, and our core value focus for this month is hard work. And so throughout the month, we're going to be teaching you different ways that you can show hard work even when you experience some hard to have feelings. This week, we're going to be focusing on the feeling of being frustrated. Being frustrated is when your body gets tense and you become very unhappy because things aren't going the way you want them to. Maybe it's because you're not able to do something you want to do, or something's not working the way you wanted it to work. I'm sure this year we've all experienced some frustration with technology. Maybe you're having trouble logging into your Zoom call, or your computer class is glitchy. These are all things that can cause us to be very frustrated. Maybe you're also having some frustration with people around you. Maybe your brother or your sister is annoying you. That can cause frustration. Or maybe you're having frustration with something that you want to do, but you can't. Maybe you're trying to learn to roller skate, but you just keep falling down. Or maybe you're trying to play the piano, but you keep playing the wrong notes. All of these experiences are certainly hard to have feelings and make us become very frustrated. So today, we're going to talk about how we can turn that frustration around to make us feel happy. The katawaza for the feeling of frustrated is bounce back. Remember when we introduced Clover and we told you that he has a spring on him that allows him to bounce back when he experiences those hard to have feelings. Remember, it's okay. All feelings are okay. All behaviors are not. So we want to teach you how you can feel better and bounce back when you experience those frustrated emotions. To help us better understand what this might look like, I've got two Kimochis characters that we're going to do a little story with. Here I have Hugs, and here I've got Clover. And they're wearing their masks because we're still in the middle of the coronavirus, and when you're close together, you got to make sure that you're wearing your masks. So Clover and Hugs are at school. They're in our pod and they want to. Hugs is so excited. Hugs just wants to hug everybody, doesn't really understand personal space. And Clover is very cautious. Clover's like, hey, remember, you're not supposed to be within 6 feet of me. You got to stay 6 feet apart. But Hugs just keeps running over trying to hug. Hi, Clover, how are you? Leave me alone, get away. No, I want to give you a hug. I missed you so much. I can't. I'm so excited to see you. Hi. Stop! Ooh, Clover is feeling frustrated. So we need to help Clover figure out how to deal with the hard to have feeling he's feeling right now. His spring is all coiled up. He's getting that tension in his body because he feels frustrated. So there are 4 steps that Clover's going to teach us to help overcome that frustration. Step number 1, name it. When you're feeling those hard to have feelings, it's really important that you put a name to it rather than just trying to think, oh, it's nothing. Say what it is you're feeling. I feel frustrated. Then what you want to do, step number 2, shrink it. You want to take that frustrated feeling that's big right in front of you and shrink it down to help make it smaller. One way to do this is through some breathing strategies. So we're going to practice the calm down breath. You're going to use your pointer finger. You're going to pretend that it is a flower. Smell the flower. Then pretend it's a candle and blow out the candle. Again, smell the flower, blow out the candle. Smell the flower, blow out the candle. that starts to release that tension and your springs start to get less tense. They start to loosen up. You feel that tension slipping out of your body. Step number 3, you want to redo. Now that you've calmed your breath down, now you can try to solve that problem in a more productive way. Hugs? I really don't feel comfortable when you try to hug me because we're supposed to stay 6 feet away. So you can see that the way Clover just solved this problem this time was in a much calmer voice. Usually people are going to listen to you more when you're talking in a slow, calm voice versus getting so tense and screaming. That's why it's really important to be ready to solve the problem first. And it's okay. We all make mistakes. We all can use a redo, just like Clover had a redo with how he solved the problem with hugs. Step number 4. Sometimes it still doesn't work. Sometimes Hugs, even though Clover said it so nicely and so calmly, Hugs still wants to come up, run up and hug him, and oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I still just want to hug you and hug you and hug you. Well, then step number 4 is to get help. Okay, you can do this by finding a trusting adult. Maybe it's a teacher, maybe it's at your house, somebody, your older brother or sister, your mom, your dad, but you can find somebody to help you solve that problem. So, when you're feeling those strong feelings of frustration, remember these 4 steps so that you can go from feeling frustrated to feeling happy. Have a wonderful week, Lucha Leaders.